And welcome back to The Price of Business. Bill Knapik sitting in for Kevin Price. We want you to know that portions of this show are sponsored by Cornerstone Business. In the meantime, we have Mr. Al Ross. He is the president of the Al Ross Group right here in Houston. Al, good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning, Bill. Thank you. Thanks for having me on the show.
It's very exciting because we know that you have your pulse on the business climate here in Houston. You are actively doing all kinds of things, and I would tell people you are one of the most driven men in Houston from a business perspective. So, Al, tell people about Al Ross Group.
Bill, thank you for that introduction. Al Ross Group is a entity that was formed about 4 years ago. We are in a group of companies that provide various services and products in Houston. One of the companies that you might be familiar with is Al Ross Luxury Homes. We build custom homes in Houston. Actually, a category we call custom spec. We don't actually do custom work for where we take on projects, but mainly most of our work is in River Oaks area, River Oaks subdivision in particular, and so that's one of our entities. We have another entity called Windrose Land Surveying. Windrose is a company that provides land surveys and replatting and those kinds of services. And we're continuously actively looking for other companies to acquire. And that's one of the main things that we do is either we create companies and work on branding, or we acquire companies and work on branding them and marketing and outside sales and on really re-energizing companies and in particular service provider companies that provide a service.
That's fascinating, Al. And let's back up. As you mentioned two things, as you mentioned Al Ross Luxury Homes and also the word branding. I want to remind people here in Houston that your company, Al Ross Luxury Homes, from a branding standpoint, you got into the market. It's just been, is it 5 or 3 years? I forget.
No, it's about 3 years, a little over 3 years. About 3.5 years ago, we started Al Ross Luxury Homes, and we were new to the market, and immediately focused on building a great product, great service for within the Houston area, and we were able to build a very, very strong sought-after brand in the Houston market.
In 3 short years, and those that are not in Houston, you mentioned that you do a lot of the business with the luxury homes in River Oaks, and people in Houston know that those homes range, I don't know what they start at, but certainly your homes are $5 million and plus, so that those outside of Houston know that this is the luxury. These are very special homes in the nicest of neighborhoods in Houston. And you got into this business, and in 3 short years, that's only 36 months, people, all the realtors know about you as having this luxury brand and having the most beautiful homes right here in town. So how you did that in a short period of time, I guess that's why you're doing that with other things, huh?
Yeah, well, basically, Bill, you to have a great brand, you start off with having a very clear vision, and once you have your clear vision, then you have to start executing on it, and once you start executing, then you really have to communicate the benefits of the brand that you are marketing and promoting, and your message has to be very, very clear, and that's one of the reasons we're very successful in helping other companies that are successful, but they really have not been pushing the branding, their brand into the Houston market, which is an amazing market in all areas. Regardless of what services and products you provide, Houston is an amazing city to do business.
It really is a great place for opportunity, no doubt about it, right, Al?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there is. Our city, I know there's a lot of negative cloud over our head because of the oil prices and all of that, and I understand that, and we all have to be aware of it and be cautious. But Houston is really, as far as I'm concerned, and I don't sit around studying statistics and all the negative publications that are out there about Houston. But being in the trenches, looking at and working in Houston and doing business and trade with other vendors, Houston is on fire. I don't know where this crazy slowdown is that they're predicting. but clearly Houston is on fire. Things are happening. Malls are packed, shopping centers, restaurants, and I really think Houstonians, hopefully, that are listening, can think a minute and give it their own conclusion, and because this is how things get slowed down, is by having so much negative out there in the market. But in reality, for a guy who's doing a lot of business right now, Houston is booming as far as I'm concerned.
No doubt about it. Let's tell people too a little bit about Windrose Land Services.
Yeah, Windrose is the latest company that we acquired about January 8th of this year. It's a company that's been around for 25 years. We have a very strong market share of providing land services, providing land surveying and platting and GIS service. It's a great company. It was, like I said, it's been in business for 25 years, and what we're doing is rebranding the company. I mean, we'll keep the name is still the same, but the graphics, images are changing, and we are putting in sales and marketing effort, and the company is doing extremely well. And we're very proud of having Windrose as part of our group of companies, and looking forward to some really great expansion in the next few years. The great thing about Windrose is an amazing team that they have had, and the team's been with the company for well over. We have a lot of people in a 10, 15, 20-year tenure with the company, so we're very, very proud of having Windrose on our team.
A very solid company, and it's even going to go further with your rebranding and also pushing that brand further as you get that part of it done, huh?
That is correct. And that is exactly what we're focused on working on. They're doing a great job as far as providing the services. They just, again, goes back to making sure that you communicate the message of a brand clearly and precisely to the market, and that's what we're focusing on doing. They clearly have had a strong market share. They've done a great job, very high client customer satisfaction report, and so on and so forth. So we're very, very excited about Windrose.
Well, Al, as you're talking about acquiring other companies, what are the kind of companies that you're looking for? If someone's out there interested and says, hey, this sounds good to me, I'd like to talk to Al about my company, what are the kind of companies that you would be able to serve very well?
Well, we're looking for companies that range, in terms of 10 years, 10 year plus. We're looking more very service oriented companies, AC mechanical companies. We're very interested in pool companies. We're very interested in acquiring and learning more about them. As you, Bill, know that I used to be in a sign business as well, and so we're actively looking for sign manufacturing operations and the areas that there's always a great need, as I mentioned, pool companies, mechanicals, AC contractors, things like that. We're very, very open and having an open dialogue with potential sellers.
No doubt about it. Let's tell people, Al, the phone number where they can reach you.
The best way to reach me is always my cell phone. I'm a very mobile guy, and I'm always on the run, and so best way to reach me is on my own personal cell number, which is 713-306-9154.
713-306-9154. Also, I want to bring to people's attention here with the last minute or so, your websites for the two companies we've already talked about, Al Ross Luxury Homes. People can look at that. First of all, they can Google Al Ross, and it will come up. But Al Ross Luxury Homes, that's a beautiful website, Al, and it's a wonderful example of the craftsmanship. I mean, these are, I've said it a million times in talking with you, that what you make as far as a home, these are works of art that people get to live in. A fortunate few get to live in. They're just magnificent.
Thank you, Bill. Well, one of our focus with that, Bill, is always to, we always put ourselves in the position of a potential homeowner and say, ask the question of how is someone going to live here and use the space, and that's really the litmus test that we put onto these homes, and our primary goal is to create amazing product, not so much as how can we maximize our dollars. We look at it, how can we give most back to our clients.
Indeed.
For these homes.
And they could see that at Al Ross Luxury Homes. If they want to know more about Windrose Land Services, what's the website there, Al?
WindroseServices.com is our website. And then, of course, if you want to learn more about, or if you want to let us know if you're interested in for us to sitting down having discussion about acquiring your company, people reach out to my website, which is alrossgroup.com.
Very nice. Opportunity is knocking out there for someone. Al Ross, you can call him at 713-306-9154. Again, 713-306-9154. Al, thank you for being on The Price of Business this morning.
Bill, thank you very much. It's always a pleasure.
Have
a great day.
You too. And now we're going to take a short break and come right back with more from The Price of Business. Bill Knapik sitting in for Kevin Price. Stay tuned.